Hey guys, welcome back to Rockford Ordnance. I'm Chris, your host, and I've got a wonderful RPK to show you here today. This is a Romanian AES-10B, otherwise known as the M64. It is the only true representation of an RPK that we can get here in America, and it is wholly manufactured in Romania at the Cugir plant. My background in RPKs, let's step back 14 years ago, and I'm starting to pick up my first AKs, and back then I kind of looked at these and went, who would want one of these things? Monstrosity, big, heavy, long barrel bipod, sure ain't cool, and fast forward 14, 15 years, and I start to grow an interest in them thanks to a video I watched by Misha. And started to learn about these things, and this thing really struck me. And about the same time, I happened to see this particular rifle for sale at a local gun shop. At a gun show, actually. The guy wanted way too much money, but went back and forth a little bit, still couldn't buy it, forgot about it for a while. Lo and behold, I see it on Gunbroker. It's the same rifle, same shop. Nobody bid on it because he had it listed wrong at a super low, no reserve price, and I got it super, super cheap. Came to me with we'll talk about the gun here a little bit. Came to me with the standard, oiled finish wood that the Wassers come with and all. And I actually did a video on refinishing this furniture. It came out gorgeous with this amber shellac that I put on it. We got a video too on a couple other ones. Arms of America paratrooper parts kit, and some cold weather testing we did on these. So check those out in my videos below. They're kind of interesting. Anyhow, this, guys, essentially is a Wasser on steroids. Wasser has a 1mm receiver. This has a 1.5mm receiver. Also has the bulged trunnions here. Also, Wasser 16¼ inch barrel, and this 23¼ inch barrel. Heavy barrel profile too, where the Wasser is the thinner profile. So, like I said, Wasser on steroids, but what is it? It is a light machine gun. In its true form, in the military version, it's fully automatic. Of course, this is semi-automatic, but it's built just like the military version, and the military versions are built to withstand 20, 30, 40, 50,000 rounds, who knows. These guns came into the country about, I'm guessing 10 years ago, the first generation of these that came in, which this is. And they were not usually numbers matching guns. This one has most of the parts match, but a lot were mix masters. The newest ones to come in now are just started coming in. And they are new parts, so they're all numbers matching, although there's been some reports of some not matching, and those are probably mistakes made somewhere along the line. But these guns, the original ones, were built from demilled military rifles, so that's kind of cool. And the biggest differences between the old ones and new ones are the military wood. On the old ones, you get the military laminate hardwood stocks. And on the new ones, you get that typical blonde American furniture that Century puts on them. Frankly, I'd replace it right away. Also, the new ones come with a rib top cover. which this one happens to have, but a lot of these had smooth top covers too, and we'll get into that in a minute here. The new ones also have a nipple here on the lower handguard retainer that sticks out, and it's kind of meant to clamp your bipod onto. The new ones do all have the adjustable leg bipod, as you see on this one, and some of the older ones came both ways with the fixed leg and the adjustable leg. So this being the old one, let's go to it. We already talked about the laminate military furniture on it. It did come with a Century black pistol grip. I put on a Romanian Bakelite. This one came with a rib top cover. As far as top covers go, originally, I may have this backwards, but I think I got it right. They had the smooth top covers came later, and the breaking point for the changes was about 1976, which this one is. So there was some changeover of some parts in that year. So you see some guns that had a mixture of the new features and some of the old. So this one kind of fits, even though it's a little mixed up. I've got the ribbed one on this, which is the earlier iteration. It's missing the nipple on the forward handguard retainer, which I kind of wanted, but oh well, what are you going to do? It does have the adjustable leg bipod, which is really cool. This thing you can really stretch it out. Give you an idea here real quick. We'll drop these down and tighten them up. All you do is loosen the wing nuts here, which this one's kind of tight. Let's see. Oh, I'm tightening it. It's backwards to me. So let's see here. All right. That's all the way up, guys, and you can see how high that puts it. And what's nice about that is you don't hit the ground with the extended 40 round mags when it's sitting like this. Same with the drums. The 75 round drums will fit in there too without kind of monopoding. They come with the standard Century trigger, which this one I didn't even touch, and it's not a bad trigger. It's nice, smooth, not gritty. Got a good one, what can I say? They do come with the side mount scope rail, which is nice. Might try it out with some kind of optic one day. They come with this carry handle, which from what I understand is not on the military issued guns. This was something added by Century, and I kind of figure that's true because my Arms of America parts kit, the paratrooper, does not have one, and that was an unissued demilled gun, all numbers matching, absolutely perfect gun. Does not come with one. I kind of wish it did because I like it. I like the handle, it's cool. Standard, like every other RPK, is the RPK sight with the windage adjustment, as well as the vertical adjustment. Sling loop on the left side of the stock over here, and a sling loop up on the retainer. As far as the handguard, it's got to be thick because the barrel is thick, guys. This thing is huge, and it's even bigger back here under the handguard, but it's still comfortable. Feels beefy, feels nice, like it should. The stock too with the club foot, some guys think they're ugly, they're nice. You can get your fist under there and really get down on the stock. It's a comfy fit, and when you're shooting these off the bipod, they're just awesome. We're going to do some testing at 100 yards, some accuracy testing, and then we're going to stretch it out to 200 and see what we can do there. A couple other features, cleaning rod, and the cleaning rod's kind of important on these because when you fold the bipod, that's what it hangs on, guys. It can also hang on that nipple that they put on the later ones, but the nipple's quite a bit thicker and it puts a lot of pressure on the spring clip when you go to stow the bipod, and worries me that I'll break that off or something. Standard gas block or standard gas tube and upper handguard on this standard gas block. You do have a little retainer here to help support the cleaning rod, which is nice. Let's talk about this bipod a little bit more. I'll lower it back down here so I can show you how we stow this sucker here. See how it's monopoding when it's up like that on the mag? We turn it to the side here so we can get them all the way down. So there it all is, all the way in its lowered position, and as you can see, it hits the mag and kind of creates a floppy situation. So it's nice to have that adjustable one. Like I said, some of the early imported ones came with the standard fixed bipod. Not a big deal. I mean, that's how they came, and I kind of think guns should stay how they came, but let's show you how this thing works. So when it's stowed, the legs are clamped around the cleaning rod like such, and it's nice and stable. It does the clamp, it's a different clamping mechanism. Unlike the clamshells, this is actually slid onto the barrel, then the front sight block is slid on, and it floats on there, so it can turn like this. But even though it turns, it's on there. It's stable. It's not too floppy. You can tighten these two nuts up here to give it a little bit less movement, but not much. It really doesn't clamp down onto the barrel. It's free floating, but it'll keep it from rattling and stuff like that. So to deploy it, it's as simple as undoing the spring clip, sliding it down, and letting it go. It is spring loaded, and that's that. What's different from some of the, like for instance, the Russian, the clamshell mounts, are these two screws. And there's a little debate as to why they did it this way. By the way, there's some big holes in here, and you can either stick a screwdriver in them and unscrew them that way. I use a bullet tip in each side. They are peened so as to not come loose and be lost, but doesn't take much cranking to get to overcome that. As far as why they did it that way, maybe so an armorer could replace a damaged one, who knows. Either way, it works. It's kind of neat. Standard front sight, windage and elevation adjustable, of course. And these come standard, and most military pictures I've seen have a muzzle nut, and these come standard with a muzzle nut. I did put this original Aimer flash hider, kind of like a bird cage on here. It's an original Romanian one in 7.62, and it kind of looks cool. I like it, and it works pretty good. It came with a Tapco on it. The guy had put a Tapco on it, one of the big long 4-prong jobbers, and it had that ring to it every time it fired. Drove me nuts. As far as the barrel, we talked about the barrel profile. As far as the barrel itself, it is cold hammer forged and it is chrome lined, so makes for a great barrel. So at this point, why don't we go out to the range and take this thing out to 100 yards and see how it performs. Well, let's see what we can do here.
Here, let me try this.
You gonna try? I dropped him.
Yards here. Right here.
Well, that's good. That's not steady of a hand.
I take the bipod off of that, put it on here. So this bag is do this and it moves it.
I'll do one more and you can keep going.
So guys, we did a little shooting with the RPK at 100 yards, and keep in mind again, this was iron sights, and the targets we were using were just 25-yard pistol targets, I believe, and the front sight post, I had to start below the target and bring it up to where I thought was the center of the bull, because the sight post was as wide as the target. So keep that in mind when you take a look at this here. The target's made up of 3 groups on this one target, and they're I kind of estimated the groups here when you see them circled. The first group of shots was here to the right. The target was clear at that point. Everything grouped over in here. I then changed the windage on the rear sight and brought it over, and everything grouped over here. And then I went a hair back and everything grouped in the center. So that's actually 60 rounds, and I think there's 58 on target here. And you can see that final one when I got it centered there. They're all fairly tight up here. There's a few, flyers, but everything was right in here. And keep in mind, when I shot the first one, it was very distinct all to the left, then very distinct all to the right. There was nothing in the middle when I did the third group of 20. So, it's a pretty tight little area here. Not bad considering 100 yards with this tiny target. And, like I said, iron sights. Seems to be shooting really, really well. That was with Golden Tiger. That's pretty much all we shoot anymore. Hopefully it doesn't go away. And I'm actually thinking about, keeping the Golden Tiger back and getting some other stuff to shoot. But for now, it's all we got, so that's what we shoot. Not a bad choice. So just wanted to show you how it was doing. Had no stringing issues whatsoever. These were all shot fairly close together. Mag after mag after mag, so there was no cooling down. Matter of fact, I heated it up too pretty good on some steel, and it was plunking away. So no issues with that. I don't know what that was back when we first shot it in the winter. If it was the temperatures, or perhaps it was that bipod I was messing with at the time, tightening it up. So there you go. We shot at 100. We did not get a chance to get out to 200 with it. But maybe I'll get an update video and we'll bring that to you if we can. So back to the video. As you can see from the accuracy testing, this thing is quite accurate, and it's truly a joy to shoot. So glad I got it. It's one of my, well, probably one of my top 3 as far as fun to shoot AK platforms. I really, really like it. Also, we have a couple accessories to kind of complete our little RPK package here. Got it in front here so you can all see it. But this is a Romanian RPK pouch. Comes with a shoulder strap. Also has loops to put through a belt if they wanted to. Leather straps here to hold the pouches shut. Down here at the bottom, it's got a little pouch for your typical oil and solvent can Romanian. Kind of neat, fits right in there. And straps down. Up top here, it is a 4-cell pouch, and I just so happen to have 4 brand new, well, new old stock surplus 40-round Romanian mags. Untouched, unscratched, never been inserted, and it makes for a nice little accessory for the gun. Kind of completes the package. Also, we have a Romanian, the more, little bit more modern backloading drum, made in Romania / China. But these work out real well. They fit great in the gun, and they work magnificently. Easy to load, easy to wind, and easy to insert. They do monopod a tad as well with the bipod all the way down. The original Romanian top loading drums are angled forward a little bit, and they clear even with the non-adjustable bipod. So that might be something to look into if you got a non-adjustable bipod. Also, the original pouches for those drums are available. They fit the top loading slanted drum. They do not fit this drum. So that's something to watch out for. If you buy one thinking it'll fit, it's not going to. But what a great little package, and the accessories just make it that much better. As far as getting one, these are still available on the secondary market. You see them pop up from time to time. The new ones are out there still. They came out at an MSRP of $18.75 or something, a lot of money. And they sold for that, you know, right out of the gates, and a few guys paid that because, you know, you got to be the first one on the block or whatever. You want to make sure you don't miss out. But I've seen them as of late in that $1,400 range, which I guess for what you get, guys, really not bad. I mean, look what Arms of America is getting for some of the kits, and look at, you know, some of the other stuff out there today. It's really not that bad. The great thing about these is they are 100% Romanian built. From the receiver to the furniture, so it doesn't get much more authentic than that. If I didn't have one, I'd definitely be picking one up right now. So if you're interested, grab one. They certainly are fun to shoot. They're a blast. Accurate, they can lay down a ton of fire, and you can just pick off that gong shot after shot pretty quickly. Just bing, 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 bing. A lot of fun. So if you get a chance, if you're looking to scratch that RPK itch, and if you only had to own one RPK, I'd say the AES-10B would be the way to go. Check them out. I hope you liked the video. Please, as always, like and subscribe. If you look down here, we got that little subscribe button. That's new on all our videos. Please click it and subscribe. It really helps us. We appreciate all the comments. If you have any questions, come on, leave some comments down there, guys. I like answering the questions. And I like hearing your thoughts on some of the guns and some of the things we do. So comment, keep me busy. Check out our Instagram page, is Rockford Ordnance, and check out our Facebook page as well. You can find that by typing in Rockford Ordnance, and it's one word. So the ORD at the end of Rockford is the beginning of Ordnance. So all one word, kind of contracted a bit. Check us out on there. There's some neat stuff, some cool pictures and everything. And you can always contact us through there too. So thanks again, guys. Thanks for all of you who watch my videos. I appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Rockford Ordnance out.